So last week's episode was kind of intense. I personally think there were way more exciting things that happened in this episode than just seeing a dragon finally laying the beat down on an army after 7 years of waiting. Because last week, it was implied, in fact heavily implied, that long-time fan theory is actually going to become a reality. That Daenerys Targaryen is in fact going to be the main villain on Game of Thrones. Now some of you might be calling bullshit right now, and yes, I know this is Game of Thrones, so she could easily be killed by Podrick in the next episode, and this entire video will be completely pointless, but I'm pretty sure on this one, and I have some valid points I think, so hear me out. So to start off, let's just focus on the most recent episode that we had, where there are two brief but also major moments that happened. First, you have Tyrion, who watches over thousands of soldiers burn alive, and the ones that survive the fire end up getting brutally murdered by the ruthless savages, and the look he gives in the moment is such a sense of regret and one of fear that he's helping possibly the Mad Queen finally have her reign over Westeros, especially once he sees his brother charging after Daenerys. Quick side note, the video is going up before the next episode even airs, so I have no clue if Jaime actually survived that drowning or not. I'd be pissed if he went out that way, since he has become one of my favorite characters over the past couple of seasons, but that being said, it would be so dope if Jaime just showed up in King's Landing one day, he's getting a little kinky with Cersei, and then BAM! Cersei gets stabbed, Jaime pulls off his face, it ends up being Arya the entire time, and Cersei dies. But back to the topic on hand. So then we also have a scene with Missandei, the Fast and Furious chick, and she's basically hyping up Daenerys to Jon and Davos, and she's all like, well, she is my queen, and she would let me leave if I wanted to because she's so nice. And Jon's response to this is basically, you know she's full of shit, right? But it's not like this concept of Daenerys being a dictator or an evil or mad queen is just being implied now. I mean, if you actually look back on the show, she's done some pretty fucked up shit to people.
Dracarys.
Please, it's within your reach!
Can you please?
Please!
She's a true dictator. She has an army of loyal followers that will obey her every command without even questioning anything. And she wants to be the sole heir to the Seven Kingdoms, unlike the real good guys like Jon, who just want peace. Daenerys is the one who just wants to rule everything, and she just gets super bratty when Jon's like, nah fam, I'm not gonna bend the knee for you. And if you're still not really sold on this current theory, you should read an interview George R.R. Martin did back in 2011, where he stated a villain is a hero for the other side. Once again, a villain is a hero for the other side. So yeah, that's a little bit on the nose right there. Now, while I don't find Daenerys to be the absolute best villain ever created, yet anyway, I do think her villain arc is going to end up being my absolute favorite I've ever seen on any screen in any form ever. It's literally the greatest bait and switch ever pulled off. Hopefully. I mean, this is all granted they do it right. It would be like if the Star Wars prequels came out before the originals even existed, and you're sitting there during episode 3 enjoying it, you're having a good time, and you're like, oh fuck! This dude has been the main villain the whole fucking time. And to be honest, Daenerys hasn't always been one of my favorite characters personally. That's not to say she's bad, because she's not a bad character. She's just not as interesting to me personally as some of the other incredible, perfect characters the show has to offer. That being said, if Daenerys actually ends up being the Adolf Hitler of Westeros, then I can only imagine where she's going to land on my list of favorites by the time the entire series is over. I can't wait to see what kind of fucked up shit she does, who she does it to, why she does it, her rationale for it, who betrays her, who she betrays. It's going to be so cool to see in the upcoming I think we have 9 episodes left to go now, which is fucking crazy. I don't know how they're going to tie all this up, but I hope they do it well. The original series is titled A Song of Ice and Fire, so if Daenerys is the fire, I can't wait for her to take on not only most likely the White Walkers at some point, but also I think she's going to throw down with Jon Snow, and that's going to be super dope if that happens. I can't wait for that. That being said, I could be dead fucking wrong on this entire thing. This entire video could have been an entire waste of your time, and Daenerys actually represents Jesus, but hey, it's fun to guess around sometimes.